What's up guys? So today we're going to be looking at how objectives and timing things can win you games, especially at lower elos, and also a little bit on rotations as well. Now at the end of this video I have a big announcement with Cider Helm, so please stick around to hear that out or jump to the timestamp in the description. Now the reason this is so important is really because the meta or game itself has shifted a lot towards objectives rather than team fighting, and a lot of that is due to the vision changes in Season 4. It's a lot harder now to control an entire area and catch someone because Oracles doesn't exist anymore, so you have to play for objectives more than just trying to pick a fight on your terms. So there are three real main objectives, and those are Dragon, Towers and Baron. I guess you can throw buffs in here too, but we're not too focused about them in this video. So one of the things that can help get objectives is timing properly. So before we jump into how you can win by getting objectives, I'm just going to give you a quick and easy way of timing stuff. Now the easiest way of doing this is to go into your settings and turn timestamps on. Now once those are on, it will give a time next to something that happens. So in this example, you have an exact time for when Dragon goes down. Timing wise, buffs are 5 minutes, Dragon is 6 minutes and Baron is 7 minutes. So all you have to do to time Dragon is to look at the timestamp, work out what 6 minutes from then is and write it down. For buffs, you don't actually get a timestamp, so a good habit is to use the little codes that are on screen now. You type them in very quickly when you do a buff, and then later you can use the timestamp next to the code to write a respawn time. Okay, so getting back to objectives then, and first we're going to have a look at towers. Now you can just get towers in your lane obviously, that's the most simple way of doing it, but more than likely you're going to need a little bit of help to force the enemy out and take the turret. Now this is where rotations come in, so I'm going to do a whole complete guide on rotations because it's such a big subject, but I'll cover the basics now. Now a lot of it is just timing with minions, because if you arrive in a lane when you don't have minions, then you just sit around and give the enemy time to react. So let's show you what I mean. Now here we can see bot lane moving up to take the mid turret, something that's pretty common and one of the best ways to start to snowball the game. The green bar here is your minion wave, and you can see that bot lane arrive early, which prompts the jungler and support from the enemy team to start moving to defend the turret. Now let's look at this again when they arrive as the minion wave does. So you can see this is now a 4v1 situation as they push the wave and start to attack the turret. The mid laner is forced to back away because he has no backup, and even though the jungler is moving, it's unlikely the support will move because he'll think the tower is already gone. Now these are obviously just two examples, but you can see the difference it makes, and this is the play I'd kind of expect at a mid-range elo. Now at lower elos, people don't even react to defend the turret, so you can get advantages like this really easily, and they'll have no idea how to react and stop you taking them. Sometimes you can even get 2 towers on one push because no one is moving. Now Dragon is probably the most important objective overall in the game, but one thing I've noticed when playing on my Smurf is that people just don't really care about it. Now it's a lot of gold and it's a lot of experience as well, so it's really important to pick it up whenever you can. The basic theory with most objectives is numbers advantage. To give you an example, the most common dragon call is when the jungler goes top lane, when the top dragon is pretty much free as long as the remaining 3 people can't kill you. Another example is if the enemy bot lane bases and you have all 4 members around dragon, because then you can kill that thing before they even get back and are able to stop you. Now this is all assuming that people are warding, and let's be honest, at lower elos people don't really ward as much, so all you really need is a pink ward on dragon just to sneak it when you see someone base. Obviously you're all going to go missing from the map, but by the time they realise what you're doing, you've probably already done it. This is really now where timing comes into play, because if your whole team is sitting waiting for the dragon to respawn because you have the exact timer, then you can more often than not just burst it down straight away and secure it before the enemy team can even react. Now Dragon is not only good just for the objective goal, but it's also good for picking a fight. Now say their jungler is top and you start the dragon, but the enemy team decide they want to try and stop you. Well, it's a 3v4, so all you need to do is stop the dragon and turn and fight. At lower elos, it's better just to assume that they don't know what the right play is, so you just kind of need to give them a little nudge in the right direction. Now the best way of getting your team to do this is to just say something like, if they come and stop us, then we're going to have to turn and fight. And that means everyone is on the same page and will at least have an idea of what you're going to do. Now when you're playing solo queue, people don't proactively actively go for the dragon, but most people will recognize that it's important, so if you make the call to do it, they will usually follow you. Now it's really up to you to time things, to make the dragon call or to make the rotation call and say, okay, we've taken the bot tower now, so let's go mid and see if we can take that. So in your next solo queue game, try and take a few towers early and control the dragon, and you'll see how much of a difference it will really make. Alright, so the big announcement then is that I'm now working with Ciderhelm on his ebook Learn the League. Now you can see it on your screen now, and it's basically just a huge in-depth guide on how to get better at League of Legends. So I've read through it already personally, and I think that it gives you everything you need to know to reach Platinum at least. So if you read through everything and you start putting it into practice, you'll be able to reach Plat. Now I've had it in my description for a while just to promote it on the side, but it's half price right now, which is why I'm bringing it up, and it's also about the same cost as a couple of skins. Now it's not for everyone, I understand that, but some people don't have time to practice with school or work, and it depends what you value more, those couple of skins or a new border next season. Now I'll put a link in the description, please check it out if you're interested, and if you have any questions about the book then message me and I will get back to you. So thanks for staying till the end, and I'll catch you in my next video.